Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Steve Greenwood, and I have approximately 5 minutes to tell you two different principles. Now, these are the principles of chiropractic. There are 33 principles in all. I'm going to, of course, start with number 1, which is the major premise. I'm also going to do number 6, which is the principle about time. Now, number 1 gets a little tricky. It talks about universal intelligence, and that is confusing. At first, when I think about a philosopher, I'm just thinking, this is some dude who is overanalyzing everything. Like you think about a rock, and you're like, well, that is matter, and it has universal intelligence. Excuse me, sir, no, it's a rock. It doesn't have a brain, so it's not intelligence. That's not universal intelligence, first of all. So knowing innate intelligence and universal intelligence will help in understanding rule number 1, the major premise of chiropractic. That universal intelligence is in all matter, and it gives to its properties and its actions, thus creating it in existence. I warned you. Number 1, you're like, okay, whatever. I don't get it. Universal intelligence is in everything, in all matter, things we can touch, oxygen we breathe in, creating a whole bunch of life. Thank the Lord for oxygen, right? I'll give you another example, drywall. So we have drywall right here. It's drywall. Cool. But it's made up of a bunch of things, and it's also created in about every house it's in. But there was a very skilled and intelligent worker who made the drywall and knew how to cut it, knew what screws to put in the back of the wood, right? So the screw has to get to the wood. If it's not on the wood, it's just going to go right through it. So they need to know where the wood is. After they put the drywall on, they have to memorize. They can't put it too close to the end, because if you do that, the screw doesn't hold. So it's got to be about a 1/4 inch or so over, and placed at about every 16, I think. It's either 16 or 24 inches. I don't quite remember. But a very skilled and specific place where the screws go, right? So this isn't just drywall. There's also 2 different drywalls right here. But you can't really see it because they know exactly what to do. They put a tape or a paste over it to make where it's completely smooth. They sand it, and then they make it look like it's just one piece of wall. So the example of drywall, universal intelligence, yeah, it's just a wall. But if you think about it, that's pretty intelligent that it's there. So number 6, the principle of time. I could talk about time all day. It's actually a pretty easy but very important aspect. So if I have a patient walk in, the principle of time, basically time is required for all things. Yeah, absolutely. There's a time where if I'm in love, and I'm just amazed, time stands still. Reality, time is still going, but how we see that time, or how that is in our reality and our own innate intelligence, is pretty awesome. So time is in the presence of all things. Let's stick this to chiropractic or doctors or whatever. So a patient comes in to see me. Time's ticking. I want to give this patient, I want to make him or her healthy. I want to take care of that patient. What I do at that time is crucial. Right? So a person comes in, is it going to be their standard office visit, fill out some forms, take a seat, doctor see you in a little bit, or, am I going to cater to them? Am I going to have some candy out there? No. Candy is not good for you. I'm a doctor. No candy. So what you do with time is crucial. There's a good example of someone in a tombstone who's dead. Born, dash, date, or when they die. Well, that little interval of that dash, it represents time. Everybody in this world has time. What we do with that time will determine our profession, our success, our failures, what we put in our body. If this morning I decide the first thing I want is come on, let's get a little jelly donut, a couple of kolaches. Bad idea. Because that stuff's going to sit in this junk, and it's just going to sit there and take forever. It's going to make me lazier, going to get a sugar rush, and then I'm going to crash. But what if I exercise first thing in the morning? What if I stretch? What if I read? You know, what you do with your time is crucial to what your day is going to become. A simple decision and time is huge. So I hope I helped you out and to discuss some more principles with you. Again, I did number 1, which is the major premise. Universal intelligence is in all things and gives to its properties and its actions, thus creating it in existence. And number 6 is the principle of time. Basically, time does not exist, or things do not exist without time. Thanks again. My name is Steve Greenwood, and I appreciate it. Hope you all had a fantastic Halloween and that were safe and made smart decisions with your time. All right. Y'all take care.